Hi everyone and welcome to Beatrice's sector. First of all, I want to apologize about yesterday since I could not film my usual Friday video as I was completely out of voice. So I decided to write it instead of making a video. And I really hope you enjoyed my piece anyway on MotorLat.com. And tonight I'm going to answer your questions as always under the hashtag AskBeatriceMotorLat. I'm sure you will not see that, but anyway, it's the usual thing on Twitter. And of course, we will go on with the predictions. So let's just get started. So Francisco is asking me, next year we will see Hülkenberg and Sainz at Renault. Do you think they will be competitive? Who will be the first driver? So I think they will be competitive, not where they want to be, as they want to be championship material, but definitely they're going to make a huge step forward next year since they have been revising and rebuilding the team, the internal structures, and it's going to be, as I said many times, a long-term process which is going to profit definitely in the future, in the near future actually. But anyway, they will be able to have a decent car with a nice power unit, which is going to be hopefully powerful for McLaren as well, because we really need that. And I think that it will give many chances to both drivers. I think the first driver is going to be Hülkenberg, not because of pure talent. It's not going to be talent related, but it's going to be marketing wise, because the team chose Nico to be the face of this new Renault, the new business that they set up when they actually bought the Lotus team. So I think that he's the face of the company. So they will give priority to him a couple times, but definitely they're going to make these two drivers battle it out to make some good action on track, to make the fans enjoy all the moments, and obviously they want Sainz to prove himself as well. So I think we will see a very nice fight between these two talented drivers, but sometimes maybe team orders will be favouring Nico. So Michael is asking me, what team may surprise us this weekend in Malaysia? Well, obviously it depends on the weather conditions, but I think McLaren, since we weren't expecting quite McLaren to be this competitive on a track where usually power unit is the main focus. And Stoffel van Dorn actually was very surprising today. P7 at qualifying at Sepang is really huge for a Honda powered car. So actually I think that is going to get better, and obviously if it rains, McLaren is going to be very interesting, and you need to watch out because Fernando Alonso is obviously a god on the rain and on the wet track. So I definitely think that McLaren will be a team to keep an eye on, and of course Red Bull as well. We saw on Friday what their pace is like, so we will need to watch out for them as well. James is asking me, which driver do you think has been the star of the season so far, and which driver has disappointed you the most? I think the star of the season is Nico Hülkenberg, definitely, because sometimes you see the gap between him and Palmer, and you actually say that Nico is extracting the maximum potential from the car, but is going to make the difference thanks to his skills. So it's definitely impressive how he's doing, and he's getting the car into Q3, into top 10 regularly most of the time. So he's going to be extremely consistent, I think, till the end of the season, and props to him definitely, because Renault lacks so much in many different areas, but Nico is doing just brilliant. He's an experienced driver, and I think he hasn't got many chances as he deserved throughout his career so far, and definitely this is proving his talent once again. And the driver that has disappointed me the most, I will not say Bottas, even though his performances have gone downhill since he renewed. But anyway, I am going to say Felipe Massa, because he genuinely disappointed me. His form was so questionable since the very beginning of the season, even though he looked like he was going to carry the team on his back, since Lance Stroll was so disappointing at first. But then actually Felipe Massa turned out to be the weaker one, while Lance found some great comfort on wet track, on many different occasion and conditions. So Felipe was a very bad surprise to me, and I really hope the tables are going to turn probably towards the end of the season, because this is not the Felipe Massa everyone is used to see, and it's kind of disappointing. So yeah, I feel sorry for that, but I have to say Massa. Then, always James, who would you like to see at Toro Rosso in 2018, and who would you think will be at Toro Rosso in 2018? This is a very good question. I think that I would love to see Daniel Kvyat at Toro Rosso, because as I said on my personal channel, I think he doesn't deserve the treatment that Red Bull has got him so far. So I think that putting the trust again in Daniel's hands will be very productive, and I think he has still some potential to deliver and to use. So definitely the team will be more than wise in giving him the seat. But I think that other than him, Sean Gelael is going to get a shot, because he is part of the Red Bull family. He has financial back and support. So I think that it won't be so easy for Daniel to actually get and secure a seat for next year. So we will see. So it's going to be, in my opinion, Gasly, and it's going to be a very tough fight between Daniel and Sean. But anyway, we'll see. But most of the time, money wins. And since the team does not have great consideration about Daniel, sad to see, but it's this way, it's not so sure that he's going to get the seat, so we'll see. And then let's get to the predictions. I think that tomorrow, always we have to distinguish between dry conditions, normal conditions, and wet race. Because last time I did the predictions about the Singapore Grand Prix, I did them all wrong. I was predicting an eventful race, but actually I did not know, since it was early in the morning, that it was going to rain. So I actually was doing the opposite of the predictions. And yes, tonight I'm going to say that if the race is wet, we will see a very strong Red Bull. So my top three would be Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, and Daniel Ricciardo, because Red Bull has displayed so much strength on wet conditions since the very beginning of the Friday practices, and it's going to be very interesting. And again, Lewis Hamilton is going to be so strong again, just like in Monza qualifying. It was on the wet, but his talent and his potential, other than the sheer power of the Mercedes car, he's going to do so well. So he's going to get on the podium at least if it rains. And I think that he's going to win tomorrow on dry track, since, so far this weekend, luck has been on his side, while Ferrari has completely been going downhill, especially with Sebastian. Tomorrow he's going to face a very, very tough race, so the strategy better be good. And I think anyway that tomorrow on dry conditions, it won't be much funny. So definitely I think that Lewis is going to win, and then we'll see a Red Bull on the podium, Max, and then Kimi. I think that Ferrari, since, it's a Mercedes track, but anyway, Ferrari has been doing so well there. So I think that if Vettel cannot get on the podium, Kimi will. So I think this is going to be the top three. And let me know what you think, guys, and let's have a good race tomorrow, and I wish you good night. Bye.